Women's Wrestling Evolution, why it matters more in WWE. Welcome to the ACB Wrestling Talk channel. I am your host, Alexis, and one of the things I've been wanting to talk about is all the fan backlash on social media about how WWE announced that they were going to be having an all-women's pay-per-view event on October 28th called WWE Evolution. And a lot of fans, well, here's the thing, here's the punchline, WWE said for the first time ever, and a lot of fans took that and, called them out on the fact that Shimmer's been doing that since 2005. And Impact Wrestling's been doing that since 2014 with their Knockdown pay-per-view. And I'm here to throw in my 2 cents, if you will, about why it matters more that WWE announces this and makes this seem like a big deal as a first time ever, at least for them. Now, one of the things I want to clarify is that I am not trying to disrespect Impact Wrestling fans or Shimmer fans or their opinions or anything. This is just my opinion. This is just my particular view on this situation. But I think there are 2 contributing factors to why it matters a little bit more with WWE. Number 1, WWE is the leader of sports entertainment. They are the juggernaut of professional wrestling in the world. That cannot be denied. That will not be denied in the next 20 to 25, maybe even 30 years. There are just no one in the world is even close to competing with WWE on all levels. There is just no such thing, and we need to understand that. We need to get that. We live in a wrestling bubble, and outside that bubble, because WWE has been so ingrained in pop culture, is the WWE. Everything else, Shimmer, Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, whatever you want to say, whatever promotion you want to bring up, they are in that wrestling bubble where we have a small amount of fans, a small amount compared to the worldwide population. It's a very small amount of fans that actually acknowledge everything that the internet wrestling community knows of. So I just want to make that clear. Shimmer is just an independent wrestling company. They have fans, good. That's great. It works for them. It's worked for them better in the past than it has now, but it has worked for them. Impact, they have a fan base, but they don't have a fan base as big as WWE. Let's compare audiences. Impact has 300,000 viewers on Pop TV. When they first announced the Knockdown pay-per-view, they had about 500,000. I think they were barely getting to Destination America, or they were just leaving Spike TV. So anything from 500,000 viewers to 1 million viewers is kind of the range that TNA had at that time. WWE, on the other hand, has close to 3 million viewers per week on Raw. Now that's not you may say 0.5 or 1 to 3, that's not much of a big difference. In wrestling, it is, because there is such a big gap. So I just wanted to point that out. WWE is in the zeitgeist. They are in pop culture. They are, as far as the entire population goes, they are the be-all, end-all in wrestling today. Factor number 2. Where WWE has disrespected women's wrestling, they have treated them as eye candy, they have treated them as bathroom breaks, they have treated them and ignored them in such a way over the past few years in all of its history that the only way that they can redeem themselves is to come out in 2015 and announce the Women's Evolution. Is to come out this past Monday and announce this women's pay-per-view. This is different from the fact that Shimmer, being an all-women's wrestling company, they've always had respect for women's wrestling. This is different from Impact, which since 2007, maybe even a little before that, they respected women's wrestling. WWE, on the other hand, from 2006 to 2008, they still had Kelly stripping. They still had bra and panties matches. They still had lingerie matches. So they weren't really treated with much respect. They were treated as eye candy and sexual toys. So WWE announcing this pay-per-view and announcing 3 years ago with the Women's Evolution, it's at least in my view, it's their way of making up for past mistakes. It's their way of making up to their audience and to the mainstream casual audience all around the world that, yes, they do respect women's wrestling right now, and they will be treated equally as with the men in WWE. So those are my arguments. I think they are valid. Some of you might, and if you don't agree with me, if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your arguments. Leave them on the comment section below. Like I said, these are just my arguments. Everyone else has their own opinion. I'm not trying to put down any fan base out there. I'm just throwing in my 2 cents. So, like I said, if you have any comments, if you have any thoughts on this situation, leave it on the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel. Right here at the ACB Wrestling Talk channel, we cover news, previews, discussion, all kinds of things wrestling related, Monday through Friday. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, click like. If you dislike this video, click dislike. So that's it for me. Till next time.